kid to hero with a spark in their eye, from kid to explorer reaching for the sky. Every story starts with a little heart today. Sunrise dreams are lighting up the way.
My name is Luis.
My name is StAmant, and we're from Sunrise Elementary.
Can you please tell us your name, job title, and a little bit about your profession?
Hi, nice to meet you guys. Edgar and Stephen. My name is Melissa StAmant, and I am a certified occupational therapy assistant. So I'm an occupational therapy practitioner, and I practice occupational therapy in mental health.
Well, it's nice to meet you, Melissa. We have a few questions for you that if you would like to answer for us about your occupation, your job title, and whatever you want that we answer,
Absolutely. Sure.
I'm gonna start off with the first question. Can you tell us about occupational therapy, like what it is exactly?
Absolutely. So what do you think of when you hear the word occupation?
Like space, more around, more occupied, basically. Just
Like around you, your world, your job. Usually people say when they hear the word occupation, they think of a job, right? So that's kind of the best way to explain occupational therapy, where I help people that are having challenges in their daily life, in their daily jobs. For example, your main job right now is a student, right? That's
Yes.
a job. Yeah. So if you were having any challenges as a student, like concentrating or not getting along with peers, or things that are challenging that to make you do your job right, I would come in and I would provide you support with building skills to help you do your job better, so you could be a better student. Another example is you also have a job as maybe a brother, or maybe you have a job as a son, or a friend. So if you have any challenges in any type of your job, I come in and I'll provide the therapy to help you do better at that job. So that's mental health. There's occupational therapy also is a wide range of settings. So an occupational therapist, other known as OT, can also help in physical disability. So if you break your arm and you can't write, and an occupational therapist would come in and help you do your job as writing and physical challenges. So it's a big field, a helping field.
So you're like a counselor for the most part.
It's similar to a counselor. So the difference between an occupational therapist and a counselor, or a psychologist, or a marriage and family therapist, or a social worker, I like to help specifically children understand it as a counselor would be more talk therapy. So you're talking a lot, you're talking about your feelings, you're talking about your challenges. Occupational therapy is doing therapy. So what I'm going to do is I'm going to sit you down and we're going to play a game, or we're going to do a craft, or we're going to do something fun to where you practice and build those skills through an activity. So it's more doing therapy. We do talk to you like a counselor as well, but we're more building skills. Does that make sense?
Yeah. So can you tell us a bit more about your educational background of where you went, like college, high school, middle school, and elementary?
Ooh, you're taking me back in time.
Yeah.
You're taking me back. Well, okay. Thank you for asking that. It's very important because I actually started in elementary. Let me just give you a little background. I was born with a physical condition that you can see, a skin condition. So since I was born with it, it was something that I struggled with. with peers, with sorry, let me turn that off. With self-esteem and insecurity. So as I grew into elementary and middle school, it was really challenging for me, and I didn't have the support. So in middle school, I thought about being a psychologist to help children that were struggling, kind of like with me, like myself. So when I got to high school, it got a lot better. I joined things. I just bloomed. So I live in California, so I went to elementary in California and middle school and high school. So I learned about occupational therapy after high school when I started college. This field requires my title requires associate's degree in occupational therapy. So you do general education, and then you do an additional 2 years and get a degree in occupational therapy, an associate's of science in occupational therapy. And I got mine from Santa Ana College, Santa Ana College.
So,
They-
back to your younger self. I want to ask you two questions. What was your goal? What was your goal that you wanted to success in, or like what were your goals and like just throughout your life? And what would you tell to your younger self?
Yeah, like your main priorities.
Yeah.
Oh, my main priorities. Wow. I because of the story I told you about myself, it was a big part of myself. It wasn't all of me. It was just a part of myself that made me want to be a helpful person and focus on my wellness, on my mental health and my wellness and my overall being. So my goal was just to try to be happy, try to find things I love to do. And that's all occupational therapy. That's what I do to help people. I want to help people do the things they love, focus on the things that are meaningful to them and have purpose in their life. So that was something that I always had in me. So when I found the career of occupational therapy, I was like, that's my job. That's what I want to do.
So, did your condition ever limited yourself for opportunities? Or
Wow,
did you challenge you?
that's a great question. It did, but that was my goal, to not let it limit me. So I did a lot of things that I probably, for example, with my condition, I cannot sweat properly, so I overheat. So, but I didn't stop me. I went out there in the sun and I was playing soccer and volleyball and track. So it was challenging, very challenging, but I wanted to build my confidence. So that is basically my whole journey into doing what I wanted to do for myself and for others.
What would you describe a challenge that you faced when you were younger? Like, did you get bullied by your skin condition, or did you any challenges that you faced to life and like younger? So at your younger age.
Absolutely, yes. I'm an advocate for anti-bullying. That's something that I talk about with children that I work with today. Yes, I did get bullied. It did cause some challenges, but again, with the support from my family, I didn't get that much support from school, and that's something that I wanted. That's why I got into the field, because I wanted to be part of a school support and outside resource. But yes, it was very challenging, but I received a lot of love and support from my family, thank God. And I had a lot of friends. I wanted to build friends, so I didn't let it stop me from from getting that support that I needed to get through like challenges.
Mm.
In occupational therapy, how do you what challenges occur during occupational therapy while you're working?
Okay, like you mean like challenges in my job?
Yes.
Okay. Oh, wow. I deal with a lot of difficult behaviors, a lot of challenging behaviors. The main challenge for me would probably be uh, letting it affect me because I hear a lot of sad and unfortunate stories about what a lot of children are going through. So that is something that is part of the job, but it also could be very sensitive and heartfelt. So and just working with the families, you know, it could be challenging because
Mhm.
sometimes it's, you know, it's based on it's based on each family. So each family is different. So it's a lot of differences.
So, as you may know, technology has evolved from back then, let's say in 1800s, let's say basically that. So technology has evolved, like I said. How has technology helped you service your clients?
Oh my gosh, we're doing it right now. We're doing it right now. I
Yeah.
mean, come on, like this is amazing. Like we could communicate through, you know, systems and programs. And so if, for example, if uh first of all, I mean, that could be a long answer, like cell phone, social
Yeah.
media, emails. But the fact of being able to do this, like a Zoom or a Google, you know, video or, you know, those types of systems. We, like, for example, during COVID, we were still able to see our clients. You know, that was, and they were having, I'm sure you went, you know, I don't know if you remember, but it was a difficult time for a lot of people, especially children. So we were able to support them with this type of technology.
So what advice would you give students from your job title?
You mean to maybe go for this field?
No, yeah. What, what
Okay.
what what advice would you give students that want to get into the field of basically being a counselor to
An
kids or to
occupational
adults?
therapist. So I would say that if you are passionate about helping others, and you want to build skills for yourself as far as understanding others, communicating with others, helping others, then this would be the field for you.
Mhm.
You know, being passionate about helping people.
Mhm.
During COVID, how were you able to manage your job?
Well, during COVID, it was difficult for everybody, myself and the people that I provide service OT to. So basically, I set up an office at my house and communicated with families and provided them that uh, opportunity to continue their occupational therapy services with me through Zoom and other, you know, technology.
Um. So, like I said, technology has evolved. But do you like? Does your company or do you yourself place any billboards to promote your business and like saying, oh, if you want help, come to do this or that or call your number.
Hmm. Yeah, there's a lot of organizations that promote occupational therapy. There's like USC has a doctorate degree, a doctorate, so you could get a doctorate degree in occupational therapy, so you can become a doctor in OT. So colleges, some universities and colleges have the specific program for occupational therapy. So, and there's also like organizations like occupation, OTAC, Occupational Therapy of America, America and California. So there's different resources and organizations that you could look up to see what it's all about.
So, what is the difference between therapy and speech to adults or kids that you would say is the difference?
That's a great question. So occupational therapy would focus on daily functioning as far as your overall being. So we would assess you. We would provide an assessment to see where your challenges are. As far as my field in mental health, we would do an assessment with your challenges with your behaviors, with your mental health, and with your school functioning and with your home functioning, all your challenges that you're having that is affecting your daily life. With speech therapy, they would assess with your speech, how what is preventing you from, what are the conditions or the ailments that are affecting your speech. So they focus more on your verbal and communication and your talk.
Can you recall a time that you had to get really creative to help a client?
Yeah. Oh my gosh, there's so many. That's my job, being creative. I love it. It's so fun. Let's see. So maybe probably like developing a group and doing groups with teens and middle schoolers, and we go out and do outings. But creativity wise, probably it's actually Occupational Therapy Month. So yesterday was the first day. So if you look up occupational therapy, you'll probably see a lot of things because it's our month. So we have an art show. And we're gonna we engage all our we encourage our clients to take part in the art show to show their creativity and self-expression. So we just basically help them in our sessions, bring out their self-expression through art, whether it be drawing, painting, crafts, singing, music, poetry. So they have that opportunity during our sessions to explore that. So it's fun. Yeah.
Well, thank you so much for being our special guest. Is there anything you can share to encourage our students here in Sunrise?
Wait, Stephen, you had another question or?
No, I was just I was just going to say the same thing. Any encouraging or a special message that you would like to tell us, our students, that are like just a special message to our students.
Aw. Thank you, Edgar and Stephen. That's a beautiful question to ask, and I just want to commend you guys and point out your strengths as like being so confident and smart, and you could just see that you're doing really well with your wellness. Hopefully, like, if you have any challenges and you seek out some help, like talk to your teacher or you talk to your counselor and you let them know your challenges, and it's okay, right? It's okay. It's really tough. That's my, because I know it could, even though you guys look like beautiful, smart, and confident students, you might have some challenges yourself. So don't ignore them and get support and know that it's okay.
Thank you for being our special guest and giving us inspirational words, sentences, and messages that really inspire us. And thank you for being our special guest. Have a nice day.
Thank you. God bless you. Take care.
Have a good day.
Thanks.
Kids
Bye.
who hear